Today we're going to be potting up forcing bulbs. This is a 6.5 inch pot and this is an 8.5 inch pot. So this is good for 3 or even 4, and this one here is good for just 2 different varieties. One larger bulb and then one smaller bulb then as well. So we need to always start with a little bit of drainage stone in the bottom. Not that we need to keep these overwatered, they don't need much really at all. And I'm just covering the hole so that the soil doesn't fall through more so than anything. Add a little bit of soil to the bottom so that the roots can get down into it. And then I'm going to start with daffodils because they're the biggest, the daffodils of the bulbs. I love the smell of daffodils when they're blooming. It smells so good. And I'm kind of working them down their roots, putting them roots down, working them down into the bottom of the pot. And I'm going to cover those with about 1.5 inches, not quite, just 1.5 inches of soil. So they're still sticking out a little bit so I can see where they are when I put my next variety of bulb then on top. So there's their little peaks. Now I'm going to add some tulips. We always recommend for all potting in pots a well-drained soil. You can moisten it a little bit when you go to use it. We use Pro Mix that has mycorrhizin in it. That's a root stimulant, so everything will root in really nicely then. It says plant 5 inches below the surface. So I've got 3 inches on there, and because I'm going to go one more layer, this time with little grape hyacinths on top. And then I'm just going to evenly, because these are going to be the first things that are going to bloom, I'm just going to place them all the way around in here, making sure that the roots are down. And these are going to be the first ones to bloom. Okay, there we are. And then cover the rest of that over. You'll see that I started with moist soil and adding a little bit more to the top. It'll work its way down, so I want to make sure that I have it all nice and covered. Not too packed down, but just packed down enough, and then just a little water on top. They won't need too much more water. You don't want to overwater them. The bulbs have a lot of moisture already in them. Just enough to get the roots started is all we need. Then it's ready to go into cold storage so you can pull it out 6 weeks from now. Put it in a low light area to start off with, and then a little bit sunnier from there.